Hello again YouTube, it's Mr. Analytical here, and I'm just really going to do a bit of a recap and overview of the new Gear 3 and have a look at what I think really now after the first couple of weeks of wearing the watch and using it. So you've seen, I'm sure, a few of my videos which show some of the main features and answer some of your questions. So let's dive straight in and have a little look and see what the overall verdict is. So if we start with the watch itself, in terms of its physical appearance, I'm pretty happy with that. I've always worn a big watch, so my last watch was a G-Shock, so pretty much it's similar in size to a G-Shock watch, and you'll see here the sort of similar style. And I had a look at the classic version today, and I do still prefer the Frontier. You can see the bezel here has got like teeth around it, and that makes it really easy to scroll this the wheel to select the different screens. On the classic, your thumb's more inclined to slip and not actually follow it through on each click. So I'm glad that I bought the Frontier model, and obviously we can change out the straps and so on. So if you want a more classic look, you'll be able to do that with changing straps and so on. So the strap, some people have said it's quite stiff, but I haven't really found it an issue. You can see, unless my wrist's quite warm, but the strap seems pretty flexible to me. And I have worn it overnight, so I have worn it all night, and you can see I didn't wake up with pins and needles or a dead arm or anything as a result. So it seems to be pretty wearable. You can see the little marks from where the grips have been resting when it's worn on my arm, and you can see underneath here the little tabs. That's how you change the straps. You pull this tab to the side to change the strap, and that releases the strap. So you can see here it's the large strap that I still have on. I never tried the other size, because when this is on my wrist, it's a pretty good fit. So I'm sort of halfway in terms of the band where it locates. So other feedback you'll have had, you can see that I've got two little bands here. I noticed some people seem to have one on theirs, which is a wee bit unusual, but the two bands hold that strap in place, and I've never had any problem with that coming out or anything, so that's good. I'll just turn off flight mode here in preparation for what we're going to look at. Some people have pointed out that yes, the bezel clicks. I'm sure you can hear that click as I tap on the bezel, but it's not actually moving. If I rock it, it doesn't actually rock from side to side or anything, but there is a metallic click that you can hear as I tap on the bezel, but it still moves nice and solidly, clicks from screen to screen, but you will hear this bezel tap, rattle, metallic tap noise, and that's 100% normal. So anything else on the physical side, you'll see that it is quite thick, but as I said before, I've been used to a G-Shock, so the thickness hasn't been a problem. So let's move along and have a little look at the charging station. So the charging station is really easy to use. It's just a matter of plugging it in, and your watch sits. It can either sit buttons down or buttons up. It doesn't actually matter to the watch. And you'll notice when you have it on the charging station and the power is on, the watch face actually rotates so that it's the correct way up. So you can have this sitting on your bedside when it's charging, and if you leave it on, you can have the screen on then, so it will be like a bedside clock, and that's actually a pretty neat feature. So it's typically charged for me in it's never taken more than 2 hours to charge, so I'm pretty happy with that. And you'll see a little light on the front that's red while it's charging and turns green when it's fully charged. And your watch face also, it turns into, there's a green circle appears around the perimeter. So around here there's a green circle, and that gradually fills up like 10, 20 until it gets fully completed green circle with 100% written in the middle, and that's how you know that your watch is fully charged. And In terms of battery life, I've been playing around with different things turned on and off, but I have had up to 5 days battery life, but I will admit that's turned off at night, and also when I'm not using it, if I'm driving or something, I'll put it into flight mode to maximise the battery life. And putting it into flight mode then saves power because Bluetooth and Wi-Fi is off at that stage. Another thing that I'll do at night is put it into, if I do wear it on at night and keep it on, I'll put it in do not disturb mode, and that avoids the fact that when I turn around the screen's going to continually turn on at night. So if you put do not disturb on, select yes, that means when the watch is off, just flicking your wrist doesn't actually turn it on. You have to actually move the bezel or something, which is harder to do. When we're on the subject of wearing it at night, I have started tracking my sleep, which has been fun. So in S Health, you can see here this blue area. This is like your 24 hours of what you've been up to in terms of your health. So you can see here, last night I went to bed around 10 o'clock and got up around 8, so that was a good night's sleep. But if you actually click on this, you can actually explore your day so far. So you can see I got 8 hours 40 minutes. That was my nice Saturday lie-in, so 94% efficiency. And then you'll see we go into this grey area. That was me just really not doing very much on a Saturday morning. And then this black area you see here, that's because I charged my watch this morning because I was going out Christmas shopping and I wanted to make sure I had a full charge, so I was down to about 20%. So you can see that small period between 9:26 and 11:30. So you can see there it was charging for 2 hours. Now I did go out to town and come back for it, so it probably was finished charging before that. So there was a 2 hour period within which it was fully. The S Health app itself, you can actually go in and have a detailed look at your sleep and so on for the day. So there was my 8 hours. Sorry, go back. There's 8 hours 40 minutes of total time slept and so on. So you can see here that the dark blue bars are when you were motionless. The light blue bars that you can see here are when you're in light sleep, and then the grey bar you can see there is restless. And I think that's actually because I went up and went to the bathroom at that stage, so that was pretty restless. Alright, so the S Health app, haven't really fully discovered everything yet, but you can set goals, how many minutes active a day you want to be and what your sleep pattern you want and so on. So you can set with what your bedtime target is and your wake up time target is, and that'll track it all for you. So that's enough about the S Health. So back on the watch itself, I've showed you guys how you can change watch faces by pressing and holding and then selecting the watch face and so on. We've showed you how to rearrange the watch faces by pressing and holding on the watch face and dragging it to the left or right. And we've had a look at doing the same sort of thing on apps. You can press and hold an app and just drag it around the screens. You know, if you'd like to remove an app, you can hit the wee no entry sign. If you want to, say, move the alarm onto over to there because you use it more often, then you can just click it and drag it and so on. So that's all very useful. You know, you can move the phone up to above messages, whatever, to make it most useful for yourself. And going back out of that, you can then have all your different widgets obviously are on each of these screens. So you can have different, you can tune these as well. You can move the steps, you can take it away completely, or you can put it further down the list, and you can add more widgets and so on. So that's all things you'll be able to play with whenever you get your hands on one of these watches, which is all fun, keep you amused for a while. You can take, of course, your heart rate reading, and you can look into the history and so on of your heart rate. So I think if I press here, you can see it'll start to read my heart rate. If you're interested to see how that works, you can just see it starts to read the little ECG waveform appears across your screen, and each of those peaks then is counted as a one pulse. So I'm sitting here running at 68 beats per minute, so I'm still alive anyway. So in terms of apps then, I haven't downloaded an awful lot of apps, but let's just quickly have a look. So we've got your phone app, your messages are all standard. I've added a calculator, which has been useful a few times. That's the calculator. Contacts, S-Health we know about. Weather, you can set up your own location then on that. And this little blue circle over here is recent apps. So you click that, then you can see your recent apps and you can close all. That saves battery power. So if we just go to the next page, you've got the music player, and that streams the music. You can either load music onto your phone or onto your watch, sorry, or you can, there was notifications coming in that distracted me. You can have music coming directly from your phone and control it and stop and start it from here, or you can also have music on your phone or on your watch and do it that way. The alarm has been useful because I set it now in the morning and have it on vibrate mode so it doesn't disturb my wife, and it also means that I don't have to get up in the morning and set the alarm for a different time for my wife. I can have the alarm set for her time and my watch set for my time. So then you've got reminders, which I've used now. The reminders are handy. It forms like a little checklist, so you can see here, get these and so on, I've put in there, and you just tick them off as you complete them. Barometer I haven't really used. Schedule I haven't used much except to maybe schedule some of the kids' school activities and so on. You've got your gallery for photos, and in one of my other videos I show how to actually take a screenshot by pressing the home button and swiping to the right, and that saves a picture into your gallery. You can have a look at your emails. Monster Vampire is a little game that you have to pretty much bounce a couple of bats or between two sides of your screen. The Maps app, someone had asked about that, whether or not you could do that offline or without your phone, and so far I haven't really found a way to do that. So you use the Wi-Fi to download the map data, but you can actually get your GPS offline. The spot on the map where you are can be done offline, but pretty much it's not very useful unless you have the map sitting there. Another app I have here is Find My Car. So you just basically, it pulls up a map with your location on there as a little dot, and you hit save, and that's where your car is, and then you can pull that back up. So that's all fun. And of course you can get more apps then. They're got from the App Store. So you can browse in here, Samsung Galaxy apps, and pretty much get whatever apps you fancy. I see the speedometer. I'm going to try that out at some point and I'll let you guys know how that goes. So just to show you on here now, there's currently a little free watch face. So you just hit the download icon on anything you want really, and accept and download, and we can have another watch face to play about with. Nothing like plenty of watch faces. There really is any amount on here, so no matter what your style is, you'll be able to get a watch face to suit. There's loads of things, so you can have a browse really and see. One app that someone had asked about was S Pay or Samsung Pay. Now it's not currently available in the UK. According to their website, it is only available in the US or Korea, but I have someone who commented from Russia saying that they had it in Russia. So maybe in your country you have it, but certainly here in the UK we haven't got it yet. It's supposed to be coming soon, but I think the banks are playing hard to get. So you can see here on the watch, the watch face I just downloaded is now on the screen, and you'll see a little orange dot, which means I have a notification. So you'll not be short of watch faces. So overall, in general, on the watch I'm pretty happy. It's been useful whenever you get a phone call. If you're busy, maybe I was loading crates into the van and the phone rang, so it just was a matter of rotate the bezel and I can talk as I worked, as I lifted crates out and in. So that's a really handy feature, and that's obviously in speakerphone mode, so it will be announcing everything you're saying out. So if you're in a private environment it's okay, but maybe in a public place or something it mightn't be suitable depending on the nature of the conversation. So I hope that's been useful as an overall review. Texting and so on all works 100%. You can reply quickly from your watch. So any questions on this review, just let me know. But in general, I'm happy with the watch, and I would recommend it. This is the second wearable device I had, a Pebble, which, if you've heard of those before, they're a good wee watch, but they're a black and white screen and so on, although you can get colour ones now. But I find this far superior, and even the battery life we've found to be really good. So highly recommend it, and you've probably time to grab one from Samsung. So thanks for watching, and I hope it's been useful for you. And as usual, if you have any questions, just post them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them for you. Some questions maybe you're asking are about the LTE version from America, but some of the questions I won't be able to answer because I don't have the device that you're talking about. But just try me and I'll do my best to analyse it for you as Mr. Analytical and come back to you with an answer as quickly as I can. And thanks for all your comments and likes. Everybody has subscribed and has been watching the channel, and I'll hope to get another video for you soon with more useful hints and tips. Thanks for watching. Bye bye now.